mi amigos? It's Papitón. And if it's your first time here, welcome to the Go House. And if it's not, welcome back to the Go House. We finna keep it funky today. Before I hop into today's video, huge shout out to my boy Chungo. He's in my Discord. He made this hoodie right here. It is so tough. I think the brand is called Ligari. I'm gonna link it below if y'all want to go shop with the boy. I think it's tough. It looked good. Hold on. Get a 360 fit in the little chair, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, hop into today's video. Y'all have been promoted. You are now a doer of the word and not just a hearer. And if you know, or if you're familiar with, Neville Goddard, that's one of the things he talks about. There's 3 points I want to really, touch on today. And they're all kind of synonymous, but I'm really good at tying things together, articulating myself, because I'm a very handsome, articulate black man, you know what I'm saying? So let's get it. So if you don't know what being a doer of the word and not just a hearer is, it's kind of essentially what I be telling y'all about if you follow me on TikTok, or even if you don't, it kind of makes sense. I always tell people, and I think I'm kind of ranting, somebody asked me to make a video about over consuming content, and this is kind of what it is. So when you're being a hearer of the word and not a doer, it simply means, in today's terms, you're consuming content or you're consuming information because it makes you feel good or it like gives you this sense of hope, but then you're not actually applying it. It's one thing to have all the information in the world, but that information ain't shit until you apply it. And another thing is, information doesn't become knowledge until you apply it. Because, like, let's say there's certain concepts within law of assumption that sound really good and they make sense to a certain level, but some of y'all have been either knowing about law of assumption or about this form of manifestation for a minute, but y'all still have certain questions about certain things. And I can tell you right now, it's because you haven't applied it. Like, let's say with circumstances don't matter. That's a topic, that's a concept that we discuss within law of assumption. Everyone's like, circumstances don't matter, yeah. Until they feel they dealing with a circumstance, and then they're like, well, Tone, does this circumstance don't matter? It's like, oh, you was one of the people that was just like hyping it up. You ain't really know what it means. You won't understand what circumstances don't matter means until you apply it in the face of a circumstance. That's when it becomes knowledge. That's when you're being a doer of the word and a hearer. A doer is going to understand that when they say circumstances don't matter, that it's circumstances don't matter, point blank, period. When you just hear it, you can hear it and it's like, oh, that sounds good and it makes sense, until you have to apply it. So now you're like, oh shit, I don't know what to do, brother. I know, because there's another thing where people are like, they'll message me and be like, Tone, I know blah, 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 but, and they know what the fuck to do, but they haven't applied it before, so they don't really understand it. This is why I say, you have to do it. Like, there's reasons. I know some people think, oh, is it my self-concept or whatever that certain situations pop up. I look at certain situations or problems that arise as opportunities to manifest. And even in the game of life and how to play it, Florence Scovel Shinn, she talks about we should never be dreadful in making a demonstration or a manifestation per se. It's like, I look at any issue, problem, confrontation, I look at it as an opportunity to manifest, and I'm more than glad to do so. You feel me? So that's really what it is. It's like, instead of just hearing the things that I say or whoever it is you watch, whether it's Sammy, Ingram, Dylan, all these, whatever coach or whatever set of coaches you watch, instead of just hearing what they say, or even if you're watching Reverend Ike, Neville Goddard, don't just hear what they say. Actually apply it. That's when you're going to see results. That's when you're going to truly understand it. You can't truly understand something unless you've applied it. You know what I'm saying? Get your ass in the field. You know what I'm saying? That's what they say in my community when you melanated. Get your ass in the field. Like, it's like being on a sports team and you on the bench and you telling the starters everything they should be doing, but nigga, you on the bench. You feel me? It's like, it don't work like that. You feel me? Get in the game and then show me what you can do. Y'all got to get in the field, actually start applying the things that you learn. Because even me personally, when I first started off manifesting, if I would watch a video by Sammy, or I would watch a video, there's a bunch of other creators or whatever. When I would watch videos by them, I would immediately go apply it. I'm not sitting there like, oh my God, that was so cool, that sounded great. No, I was like, damn, that's dope, let me go apply that. Like, as soon as I found out about self-concept, I went to work on that bitch immediately. Like, Me and self-concept was like this, locked the fuck in. I was giving self-concept backstrokes, you know what I'm saying? PG-13. If you're a youngin' watching that, you ain't see Unc just do that. But y'all get my point. I'll be trying to make the videos a little more interesting. But y'all get my point. Lock in with whatever you watching. Don't just make it your new Netflix. Don't just make it feel good content. If you actually want to see results, you actually got to apply it. And that even goes into the next point. Another point that Neville Goddard talks about. And like I said, I'll be trying to tell y'all, the Neville dick riders got to chill out. I love Neville, but I'll mention him every now and then. But some people, you know what I'm saying, they act like the nigga invented law of assumption. He didn't. And I say that all the time because anytime I say anything outside of Neville, people are like, oh, but Neville said, do I look like Neville to you, nigga? Is Neville my pops? Is he the fucking president of law of assumption? No, like he was just one random nigga. You feel me? A great nigga, but he was a random nigga. You feel me? But anyways, he was talking about how there's people who will know the law, but they're not truly living by the law, which is another thing. There's some of us in the law of assumption community where you may have gotten results with the law of assumption before. There's certain things you may have manifested or whatever, but some people are not truly living by the law. If you're truly living by the law, you'd be making it your aim to make everything in your life work in your favor. Not just some of the things. Y'all, like, some of y'all just do SP and then you're like, okay, I'm done manifesting. It's like, I never understood that. There's so many things in your life that you could change, rearrange, whatever it is. Or there's people, and it goes synonymous with being a hearer and not a doer. You know of the law, but you're not operating in the law. Those are two different things. You can know of it and not operate in it. I've been there. I've had close friends who know the law of assumption and they've been there. It's a learning lesson for sure. You won't do that shit again though. There was a period where like, I was like, nigga, I'm fucking goated manifesting. I ain't got to do shit. And law of assumption sat my ass down and was like, nigga, we don't give a fuck who you are. Okay. Okay, buddy. We don't give a hot damn who your ego thinks you is. So that was terrible grammar. But y'all get my point. Like, the whole thing is you got to apply it. The law doesn't care who you are or who you think you are. As far as your ego goes, you have to work it. No one's going to work it for you. You are the operant power of your reality. No one else is going to work it for you. Therefore, you need to start applying the things that you know. And that's the hardest part. Like, and I won't even say hard, but like, you could say applying it is easy, but like, that's the only part that is difficult for some people. Learning it is not hard. Like, the concepts are very simple once you've watched enough content or once you heard it enough. The content is very simple. The more difficult part is putting it into action when it's time to put it into action. So y'all gotta put that shit into action. Get in the field and get active. You feel me? There was one more thing I wanted to say. Oh, and even an example. Like, there's examples where, like Neville Goddard, Reverend Knight, multiple people, OG metaphysicians, where they demonstrated the things they talk about, like Neville when he wanted to get out of the military. And I don't blame that nigga. This was during World War II. If y'all don't know nothing about World War II, nigga, if you seen that shit, I would have manifested my way out of that shit too. No cap. No cap. If you ain't seen nothing about World War II, go watch one of them documentaries today and you could tell why Neville said, nigga, I ain't going. That nigga said for 9 days straight, every night when he went to sleep, he imagined himself being back at the cribbo with his girl. Don't blame him. But he was demonstrating circumstances don't matter, because even when he originally tried to withdraw from the army, get out from the army, they told him no. There's situations in your life where you're trying to change something and you might get a big fat no. Somebody said, fuck no, that means you're definitely geeking. You feel me? Fuck no. And he persisted in the face of circumstances. He was being a doer of the word and not a hearer. On the 9th day, I don't remember exactly how the story goes. So people who are like, you know, avid Neville cock riders, please don't please don't get over me for this. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna get the point. At some point during his 9-day journey, he had a vision where God told him, what I have done, do nothing, which also coincides with the point that when you're imagining something, you really don't have to lift a finger. Everything is done for you. But he got a vision of a paper, his documents for him to be released from the army, honorably discharged from the army. He had a vision of it being signed. And then it got signed. Persisting in the face of circumstances, being a doer of the word, not a hearer of the word. Also realizing you don't got to lift a finger. A lot of concepts in one. I be yapping for real, but I'll get my point. Whole point is, a lot of the people who teach this, or if you're applying it, you got to be a doer. You gotta do it in the face of circumstances. That's the only way you're going to truly understand the information and take the information from just being information to being knowledge. Like Neville knew what to do and he did it. He didn't let a no stop him. He didn't let them, rejected him, stop him. He knew that within him was a being that not only is all powerful, creates all things, has created all things, but lives within every single one of us. So if he wanted to be out of the army, he was going to get out the army because he trusts that being within him. You feel me? And he was really living by the law, realizing, okay, this is not what I want. I'm going to change it. And that's what a lot of y'all got to do. Once you realize this ain't what the fuck I want, hit the motherfucking road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. You get what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm gonna wrap up my 11-minute yap session with that. The video might be longer because of edits, if I get any edits in there. But other than that, I hope y'all keep it motherfucking funky, nigga. And we out.